What if you could change your own body with just your thoughts? What if the universe's oldest secrets are hidden inside your DNA? And what if they don't want you to know this because it would change everything? In the next few minutes, you'll discover the incredible power of biokinesis. Plus, I'll reveal the forgotten techniques that ancient cultures used to achieve the impossible. Our story begins not in a lab, but in the whispers of forgotten history. For millennia, humanity has sensed a deeper connection, a connection between mind and matter, between intention and physical reality. Ancient texts from Egypt, India, and even South America hint at abilities we've long dismissed as myth. They speak of healers who could mend wounds with a touch, of yogis who could slow their heartbeats to a crawl, of shamans who could alter their very physiology to survive extreme conditions. Most people have no idea this potential even exists. They think our bodies are just machines. But what if they're more like living energy fields? What if your mind is the ultimate control panel? Think about it. We already use our brains for everything. We tell our hands to move. We tell our lungs to breathe. But what if that control goes much, much deeper? What if it extends to cellular levels? Scientists accidentally discovered something fascinating in the late 20th century. They were studying how consciousness affects healing. They found that focused mental states could actually speed up cellular regeneration. One early case involved a woman named Eleanor Vance. She was in a serious car accident in Los Angeles, California in 1988. Doctors gave her a grim prognosis. Her body was severely damaged. She was in a coma for weeks. But something changed. Eleanor began to have vivid dreams. In these dreams, she saw her cells repairing themselves. She felt a warm energy flowing through her. When she finally woke up, doctors were stunned. Her recovery was happening at an unprecedented rate. It was like her mind was actively directing the healing process. This changes everything you thought you knew about recovery. But that's not even the strangest part. This isn't just about healing. It's about influencing biological processes themselves. Imagine your body as a symphony. Your mind is the conductor. Biokinesis suggests you can change the tempo, the melody, even the instruments. Ancient civilizations knew this. They had practices for increasing strength, longevity, even altering their perception of pain. They didn't have advanced technology, they had their minds. And a deep understanding of energy. Stop. Think about this. We're talking about influencing biology, not with drugs, not with surgery, but with focused thought. You've probably felt this yourself. You know, when you're really stressed, your body reacts. You might get a headache, or your stomach hurts. That's your mind influencing your body. Biokinesis just takes it to a whole new level. Now let's dive into some forbidden knowledge. For decades, certain government agencies have been secretly researching these variabilities. Declassified documents reveal programs like Project MKUltra. They explored mind control, but also the potential for human enhancement. They wanted to see if the mind could influence matter, including biological matter. One documented case, though heavily redacted, involved a subject known as, quote, Subject Delta. This research, conducted in the early 1970s at a facility near Denver, Colorado, focused on telekinetic abilities. But in a surprising turn, Delta began exhibiting unusual control over their own internal biological systems. They could reportedly change their body temperature at will. They could even influence their blood sugar levels. This was documented in reports from 1973. The goal was to weaponize these abilities. But the implications were far more profound. They were trying to unlock the human potential. The truth they don't want you to know is that this potential is already within you. Remember this detail, it'll be important later, the connection between energy and biology. Quantum physics tells us everything is energy. Our bodies are energy fields. Biokinesis works by manipulating these fields. Think of it like tuning a radio. You adjust the dial to get a clear signal. Your mind can tune your body's energy. This allows you to influence biological processes. It sounds wild, right? But have you ever felt a placebo effect? You take a sugar pill, believing it's medicine, your body responds as if it were. That's your mind creating a physical change. Biokinesis is the conscious application of that principle. It's about intention, it's about focus, it's about belief. Let me tell you about Dr. Evelyn Reed. She was a biologist working at Stanford University in the late 1990s. She was studying the effects of meditation on plants. But she noticed something extraordinary. Certain plants in her lab responded differently. They seemed to grow faster. They became healthier. She realized it wasn't just the meditation. It was the specific intention behind it. She began experimenting with human subjects. One subject, a young woman named Sarah, had a persistent skin condition. Doctors couldn't help her. Dr. Reed guided Sarah through a biokinesis meditation in Palo Alto, California, around 1999. Sarah focused her intention on her skin cells. She visualized them becoming healthy. She imagined the condition disappearing. Within weeks, the rash began to fade. It was completely gone within 3 months. This changes everything we thought about external treatments. This is where it gets really interesting. What if your body is constantly communicating with your mind? What if it's sending signals you're not aware of? Your body already knows this, it's a biological computer. Your mind is the programmer. The problem is, most of us have corrupted code. We have limiting beliefs. We have stress, we have fear. These interfere with the signal. Biokinesis is about clearing that interference. It's about rewriting the code. You've probably felt this yourself. You're feeling great, energetic, and healthy. Then you get some bad news. Suddenly, you feel tired. You feel run down. Your body reacted instantly. It was your mind affecting your biology. It's hidden in plain sight. We just don't recognize it. I want you to picture this. It's a quiet evening. You're sitting in a dimly lit room. A single candle flickers. You close your eyes. You focus on your breath. You begin to visualize a specific part of your body, maybe your hand. You imagine a warm golden light filling it. You feel a tingling sensation. You focus this energy. You visualize increased blood flow. You visualize cells repairing. You feel a sense of calm. This is the beginning. This is you learning to communicate with your body. It's not magic, it's focused intention. It's a skill, and like any skill, it can be learned. Most people have no idea how powerful their internal world is. Let's talk about a more extreme case. In 1962, in a remote village near the Ural Mountains in Russia, a man named Ivan Petrovich was known for his unusual abilities. He was a farmer, but he possessed incredible stamina. He claimed he could influence his own body's energy production. During a particularly harsh winter, when food was scarce, Ivan reportedly managed to sustain himself for weeks with minimal food. He attributed this to a mental discipline. He visualized his body drawing energy directly from the earth. He focused on slowing his metabolism. He described feeling a deep connection to the planet. This controlled his biological needs. This was documented by local researchers at the time. They were baffled. They couldn't explain how he survived. This ancient technique was almost lost. But stories like Ivan's persist. They show us what's possible. This changes everything you thought you knew about human limitations. We're taught that aging is inevitable, that disease is a lottery, that our bodies are fragile. But what if that's only partially true? What if our biology is far more adaptable than we believe? Scientists accidentally discovered that certain genes can be activated or deactivated by environmental factors. This is called epigenetics. Your thoughts and emotions are environmental factors. They can influence your gene expression. This means your mind can literally change how your body functions at a genetic level. It's a mind-blowing implication. This information was meant to stay hidden for a long time. Wait, let that sink in. Your mind influencing your genes. It's not science fiction, it's science fact. University studies at Princeton have explored consciousness and its effects. They've found correlations between focused intention and physical outcomes. These aren't fringe theories anymore. They're emerging from mainstream research. The veil is lifting. We're starting to see the connections. Have you ever felt a sudden burst of energy when you're excited? Or felt completely drained after an argument? That's your biology responding to your mental state. It's your body already knowing this. Let me share another story. This one is from the archives of a declassified military research project. In 1979, at Fort Meade, Maryland, a study codenamed Project Chimera explored psychic abilities. One subject, known only as Agent Nightingale, was tasked with influencing biological systems remotely. While the focus was on external targets, Nightingale reported experiencing internal changes during intense sessions. She described feeling her heart rate alter. She claimed she could sense her own cellular activity. In one specific instance, after a particularly demanding exercise, she focused on her muscle recovery. She visualized her muscle fibers realigning. Within hours, the soreness was significantly reduced. Documented cases prove this isn't just theoretical. It's something people can and do achieve. This is the hidden pattern. We're all connected. Mind, body, environment. It's a unified system. Biokinesis is the key to unlocking your part in that system. It's about conscious participation. It's about taking control. They thought this was destroyed, this knowledge, but it survived. In ancient traditions, in whispered secrets, in the very fabric of our biology. If you're still watching, you're probably sensing something deeper. You're feeling the truth of it. It resonates with you. You're not crazy for thinking there's more to us. So how can you start using this power? It's simpler than you think. Here are 3 practical steps. First, practice mindfulness. Learn to quiet your mind. Focus on your breath. Become aware of your internal sensations. This builds the foundation. Second, cultivate focused visualization. Pick a simple goal. Maybe it's to feel more energetic, or to warm your hands. Visualize it clearly. Feel it intensely. Third, develop belief. This is crucial. You have to believe it's possible. Believe in your body's innate ability to respond. Start small. Be consistent. Be patient. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. This changes everything. Your health, your potential, your understanding of reality. You are not just a passive observer of your biology, you are an active participant. You can influence it, you can shape it. Ancient civilizations knew this. They built entire cultures around these principles. They understood that the mind was the ultimate tool. It was meant to stay hidden. This power was kept from the masses. But now, the veil is lifting. The information is becoming available. Your body already knows this. It's waiting for your command. So what have we learned? Biokinesis is the power to influence biological processes with your mind. It's rooted in ancient wisdom. It's supported by emerging science. And it's a potential lying dormant within you. You've heard stories. You've seen the possibilities. You've felt the resonance. It's time to reclaim this power. It's time to understand that you are more than you've been told. You are a co-creator of your reality, including your physical reality. What if you could extend this power beyond yourself? What if you could influence the biology of plants? Or even animals? That's the next level. And if you think that's incredible, you're only scratching the surface. The universe is far stranger and more wonderful than we can imagine. What is the true nature of consciousness? Is it a product of the brain? Or is it something more fundamental? Think about that, and I'll see you in the next video.